Hello everybody, Iteriteri back again with another video. Oh boy, what a match we just witnessed between the 11th-time Monte Carlo champion Rafael Nadal versus the Russian super talented player Andrei Rublev, the quarterfinal specialist, like I sometimes call him, the new Nishikori, the new David Ferrer, who always goes to these quarterfinals in big events like slams and masters, but almost never goes for deeper than so. At least he has not gone deeper than so in the slams, not more than quarterfinals. But now in masters, he will play his second consecutive semi-final in the masters. Man, what a performance from Andrei Rublev. What a performance from the first match, from the first point to the last point. He really outpowered Rafael Nadal. He really challenged Rafael Nadal from the baseline. He really never stopped believing in the victory. Already in the beginning of the match, he braked Rafael Nadal's serve immediately, already. And then he tried, Rublev, he was up in the break, with a break in the beginning of the first set. Then Rafa came back, then Rublev braked for the second time, and then Rublev braked for the third time. All in all, Rublev braked Rafa Nadal's serve 7 times, guys, 7 freaking times. He won the first set 6-2, then Rafa came back. You know, guys, Rublev was by far the better player, by far. He really should have won this match 6-2, 6-3 or 6-2, because Rublev was up in the lead in the second set as well. He was up in the lead in the second set 4-2 and actually had break points to be a double break up in the second set and be up 5-2. And if he would have been up 5-2 in the second set, if he would have converted those break-point opportunities when he had those break-point opportunities in that game that Rafa was serving in that 4-2 game in the second set, this match would probably have ended 6-2, 6-2 for Andrei Rublev. But Rafa Nadal, the champion that he is, the greatest clay court player of all time that he is, he hanged on in there, he never gave up, he showed fighting spirit, and he saved that titanic game in that middle of the second set to give himself chances. And he saved those break-point opportunities for Rublev not to be a double break up in the second set and leveled the match to 3-4. And then he braked Rublev's serve and leveled the match to 4-all. And then he held his serve to 5-4. And then he braked Rublev in that 10th game and then won that second set 6-4. So Rafa comes back in the second set from 2-4 down and wins 4 straight games. That was the only time, guys, that Rafael Nadal was the better player here. That was the only time. Only those 4 games in that second set when Rafa was down 2-4 in the second set, when he came back and won the second set 6-4. Those 4 games that Rafa won, those 4 straight games, was the only time in the entire match, a match that was over 2 hours long. I believe it was 2 hours and 32 minutes. That was the only time where Rafa Nadal was the better player here, because other than that, Andrei Rublev was the better player in the first set and of course in the third set. He more or less outplayed Rafael Nadal. He really went blow to blow with Rafael Nadal from the baseline. He really was. He was not afraid of challenging Rafael from the baseline. He was not afraid of going for his shots. He was chasing down every single ball that Rafael Nadal was hitting at Andrei Rublev. And what was the key here was that Andrei Rublev was hitting his backhand so tremendously good. Guys, what does Rafael Nadal do so tremendously good, especially on clay? He penetrates his opponent's backhands. He kills his opponent's backhand. Just ask Roger Federer what Rafa Nadal has done to him throughout the years by penetrating the Super Swiss backhand. And he, of course, tried to do the same here against Rublev as well. But the big difference was here that Andrei Rublev has a really great backhand. Really steady backhand. At least he had that in this match. So Rafael Nadal, he could not squeeze unforced errors from Andrei Rublev from that shot, from that side, like he usually do with the 99% of the tour when he faces his opponents on clay. And of course the game plan was exactly the same in this match as well for Rafael Nadal. But with Andrei Rublev, he was ready. He was taking that backhand on the rise. He was hitting it cross court. He was hitting it down the line. He was not missing. He was challenging Rafael Nadal with that cross-court backhand, and Rafa with his cross-court forehand, and Rublev with his cross-court backhand. And he was challenging, he was going into long rallies. We had two brutal long rallies in this match. We had many long rallies, but two brutal long rallies. One in the first set, 35 shots. 35 shots. Rafa won that brutal long rally in the first set. Then one we had in the third set, also 35 shots. And that one, Andrei Rublev won. And you could see that in that brutal long rally with 35 shots in the third set, Rafa, he was just going down like this and he couldn't believe that someone was going toe-to-toe with him from the baseline. Not many players can do that, especially not on clay. Only a peak Novak Djokovic could do that back in the days, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. But nowadays, nobody can do that. Nobody can stand with Rafa Nadal from the baseline. Andrei Rublev did exactly that. He really did exactly that. He gave Rafa Nadal his own medicine. If Andrei Rublev, he just decided, you know what? I'm gonna close my Unforced Error store as well. If you are closing yours, I'm bloody hell will close mine. And you know what, guys? He closed his Unforced Error store much more than Rafa Nadal, because Rafa did 36 unforced errors and Andrei Rublev did only 28 unforced errors. So you can see that Andrei Rublev was playing much cleaner tennis, because he was doing much less unforced errors than Rafa Nadal. Like I said, 36 to Rafa Nadal, 28 for Andrei Rublev. So Andrei Rublev does 8 less unforced errors than Rafa Nadal, if I'm counting right up here in my head. 8 less unforced errors. And if you look at the winner count, Andrei Rublev does 23 winners, Rafa does little more winners, he does 25 winners, so he does 2 more winners than Andrei Rublev. But the errors from Rafa's racket was just too much in this match, especially from the backhand side. Rafael Nadal's backhand failed him down in this match. He did 19 unforced errors only from the backhand side. 19, guys. So that is too much for Rafa Nadal. And the serving department from Rafa Nadal, I don't know when I have seen Rafa Nadal doing so many double faults. He did 7 double faults in this match. 7. That is, I have never seen Rafa Nadal doing this many double faults. Only in the first set he does 5. His serve was just out of the. Rafa's serve was not on the court in the first set. I don't know where it was. Probably somewhere in Bali or Rhodos. I don't know. It for sure was on vacation, because he did, of all the 7 double faults that Rafa did, he did 5 of those in the first set. Then, of course, he improved his double faults in the second and the third set. He started to do much less double faults, but the big damage with the double faults Rafa did in the first set. All in all, look, guys, I have never seen Andrei Rublev playing this good tennis. I swear, guys, I have never. You know what I said yesterday when I did my preview? I said that Rafa Nadal will destroy Andrei Rublev. I said that. It is recorded. It is not something I am not admitting. I never believed that Andrei Rublev could hold on this level. I never believed. This is unbelievable. He never went down in his level. Like I said, Only time he went little down was when Rafa won those 4 straight games in the middle of the second set. That was the only time. Besides that, Andrei Rublev, he was just a machine from the first point to the last point. He was challenging Rafa Nadal. He was going toe-to-toe from the baseline, and he was hitting that cross-court forehand beautifully. He was taking Rafa Nadal to the corner with his backhand, but he was finding the angles under Rublev, both with the backhand and with the forehand. He was serving good. He didn't do many aces. I think he did only 2 aces, if I'm not mistaken, under Rublev, and Rafa did only 1. But the thing is that he has a much more powerful serve than Rafa Nadal. So Rafa Nadal, he landed 59% first serve scene. That is not amazing number. But Andrei Rublev didn't land he was not crazy better on that stat. He landed 61% first serve scene under Rublev. But the difference was here, Andrei Rublev has a more powerful serve. Yeah, the serve is not that crucial on clay because it's the slowest surface we have in tennis. But so it will be difficult doing aces on clay. We all know that. But if you have a hard serve, you can do damage on the 3rd or 4th or 5th shot, which Andrei Rublev did. If you look at the short rallies from 1 to 5 shots, Andrei Rublev was the superior player. He won 47 points. Compare that with Rafa Nadal, 33 points. So Andrei Rublev wins the short rallies 14 more points than Rafa Nadal. 33 for Rafa Nadal, 47 for Andrei Rublev. 14 more points from Andrei Rublev's racket than Rafa Nadal in the shorter points. Why? Because he was striking the ball. He was having easier, the serve helped him when he landed his serve, which is fast and powerful. Rafa Nadal cannot do the greatest returns. He is not a Djokovic returner. So Rafa's returns, they landed short, and what did Andrei Rublev do? Yeah, he was just stepping into the court and was doing winners, both from backhand side and the forehand side, especially forehand side. He did a lot of damage with that forehand and a lot of winners, because his powerful serve helped him. And that's why he also was the more dominant player in the shorter rallies from 1 to 5 shots. In the middle rallies from 5 to 9 shots, Rafa actually won that battle. Rafa won 36 points and Rublev wins 26 points. So Rafa wins 10 more points than Andrei Rublev on the middle rallies from 5 to 9 shots. And in the long rallies, those rallies that were over 9 shots, actually Andrei Rublev is the better player there. He wins 7 more points than Rafa Nadal in the longer rallies over 9 shots. Andrei Rublev wins 23 points and Rafa Nadal wins 16 points. So Andrei Rublev wins 7 more points than Rafa Nadal in the most brutal long rallies over 9 shots. But you know what I've said. You who follow my channel, guys, you know what I have said. The majority of tennis matches that players win, 7 out of 10 matches that you win in tennis, 7 out of 10, the player who has won the short rallies from 1 to 5 shots is the player who will win the tennis matches. And that was exactly what happened in this match. Rafa wins the middle rallies, 5 to 9 shots. Rublev wins the longest rallies, over 9 shots. But Rublev wins the most important rallies here. And what is the most important rallies in tennis? It is the shorter rallies. Even though it is clay and it is the slowest surface we have in tennis, the player who wins the shorter rallies, the player who does the most damage after serve, from serve plus points, the player who wins the serve plus points, the second shot, the third shot, the fourth shot, the fifth shot, the player who does the biggest damage there and wins the majority of points there, he will win the match. And it was exactly what happened today. Rublev won the shortest rallies with 47 points, Rafa with 33 points. So Rublev wins 14 more points in the shorter rallies. If I should mention 5 reasons why Andrei Rublev won this match, 5 reasons. I'm going to give you 5 reasons, guys. The way I saw the match, I don't know if you will agree or not, but this is how how I have analyzed this match. On number 5th place, why Andre Rublev defeated Rafa Nadal in this quarterfinal match in Monte Carlo 2021 is because of his consistency level. He never disappeared, guys. He was consistent from the first point to the last point, besides those 4 straight games in the middle of the second set where Rafa won that second set from being down 2-4 down and won 6-4. That was the only little letdown from Andre Rublev, and some little errors came from Andre Rublev's racket. But credit to Rafa Nadal, he's a huge fighter, he's a huge warrior, he will never give up, so he also made Andre Rublev he also forced Andre Rublev to do some errors in those 4 straight games that Rafa Nadal won. But so the consistency is on my 5th place. On my 4th place is his shot tolerance. Andre Rublev, he never hesitated. He had great shot tolerance. He was not afraid in going in long rallies. He waited for the right opportunity, and when he had the right opportunity, bam, he pulled the trigger. He didn't do like Shapovalov, who thinks every ball is attackable, or like Yannick Sinner, who thinks every ball is attackable. Andre Rublev, he played smart. He waited for the right opportunity, and when he got it, he went hard. It was not always necessary winner, because he didn't do more than 23 winners all in all in the entire match. But he made Rafa Nadal to go to bad positions, to go to the corners. And even if Rafa had a racket on the ball, who won the point? Andre Rublev won. So even though that Andre Rublev didn't do crazy many winners, he did a lot of damage with his shot tolerance. He waited for the right opportunity, and when he had the right opportunity, he pulled the trigger. Even though that Rafa Nadal had many times a racket on the ball, and it was not a clean winner, but his shot tolerance was great in this match, and that is on my 4th place. On my 3rd place, why Andre Rublev won this battle against Rafa Nadal is his backhand. His backhand, it was a big key. He was protecting that shot really good. You need to have a great backhand. Why do you think Rafa Nadal, he destroyed Delbonis, really weak backhand. He gave Delbonis only 3 games. Why do you think Rafa Nadal destroyed Grigor Dimitrov? He gave Grigor only 2 games. Grigor Dimitrov's backhand is horrible, not consistent, not solid, not hard, not with length, nothing. Andre Rublev's backhand was superior in this match. That was a big key. He was protecting that side. He was challenging Rafa Nadal's cross-court forehand with Andre Rublev's cross-court backhand. He was hitting with cross-court. He was hitting down the line. He was doing everything great with that shot, Andre Rublev. So the backhand is on my 3rd place. Why Andre Rublev won this match against Rafa Nadal. On my 2nd place, it is his first strike tennis, guys. His first strike tennis. That's why he wins the short rallies. That's why he dominates the short rallies. Because if you look at the middle rallies, Rafa was not bad there. He won 10 more points than Andre Rublev in the middle rallies. And if you look at the longest rallies over 9 shots, Rafa is not. Yeah, Andre Rublev won the longest rallies as well. 7 more points in the longer rallies that Andre Rublev wins than Rafa Nadal. But the biggest difference was here in the short rallies on the first strike tennis. And there Andre Rublev did much more damage than Rafa Nadal. And that is to do with, because Andre Rublev has a more powerful serve. Andre Rublev hits the ball harder than Rafa Nadal. And so that is a big reason why he was more successful in the shorter rallies. Because he plays much harder, much more powerful, and he just penetrates the court much faster than Rafa Nadal because he hits the ball much harder. And when you do, when you can keep your unforced arrows down despite hitting the ball this hard, like Andre Rublev does, and then you of course will be the winner. This is a miracle that Rafa Nadal even took 1 set. I swear to you guys, this is a miracle that Rafa Nadal even took 1 set from Rafa Nadal. Considering which kind of beast mode Andre Rublev was in this match. I've never seen Andre Rublev play this good tennis. I swear. At least I feel so. I don't know if you guys agree. So on my 2nd place, why Andre Rublev defeated Rafa Nadal is his first strike tennis was superior. On my number 1st place, guys, why Andre Rublev defeated Rafa Nadal. Of these top 5 reasons that I gave in this video. which is my number one place. My number first place, guys, by far my number first place. Why Andre Rublev defeated Rafa Nadal? He outpowered him, guys. Firepower. He has such immense firepower, both from backhand side and forehand side, especially on the forehand side. And when he was unleashing that forehand, Rafa Nadal could not catch those balls, especially not this late in his career. Rafa is 34 years old. He almost will be 35 years old. So the firepower is on my number first place. Why Andre Rublev defeated Rafael Nadal in this quarterfinal match in Monte Carlo 2021. So on my fifth place, it is his consistency. On my fourth place, it is his shot tolerance. On my third place, it is his backhand. On my second place, it is his first strike tennis. On my second place, it is his first strike tennis. On my first place, it is by far his firepower. His firepower, guys. Big congratulations to Andre Rublev. This is the best match that I have ever seen him play, guys. I swear to you guys, this is the best match that I have ever seen Andre Rublev play. Alright guys, let's talk a little about the upcoming semi-final that we have tomorrow. Andre Rublev will face Casper Ruud. Casper Ruud who took out Fabio Fognini, which I predicted he will do in straight sets, 6-4, 6-3. Casper Ruud looked really solid. He has great topspin. He has the highest and most dangerous topspin and the biggest topspin after Rafa Nadal on tour. And he's really a clay court specialist. He loved playing on clay. He did a great match against Fognini. Fognini, on the other hand, Fognini was Fognini. He didn't do a great match. He did over 30 unforced errors. And over 30 unforced errors, you will not come away against a consistent clay court player like Casper Ruud. And now Casper Ruud will face Andre Rublev. I think they have faced each other 3 times before, and all those times Andre Rublev has been the winner. So the head-to-head is 3-love to Andre Rublev, but that doesn't mean that Casper Ruud doesn't have a chance. But can I go against Andre Rublev after seeing this performance? Can I go against him? No, I can't. I just can't. I believe that Andre Rublev will defeat Casper Ruud. Maybe I will be wrong. Who knows? It is not easy predicting tennis matches. Look what happened with the Rafa Nadal and Andre Rublev match. I don't believe that Rublev will defeat Rafa Nadal. He proved me wrong. Now I'm going on the Rublev side. I don't think Casper Ruud defeats this Rublev. If Rublev plays with this powerful tennis, with this consistency tennis, with this shot tolerance, with this backhand, with this firepower, Casper Ruud will not defeat Andre Rublev. Casper Ruud will not defeat Andre Rublev. Trust me, guys, believe me. So if Rublev just keeps on this level, he will for sure defeat Casper Ruud, for sure. But you never know. You never know. Andre Rublev is not Djokovic or Nadal or Federer. Those 3 are the greatest consistency machines that we have ever seen. So let's see if Andre Rublev can bounce back and do a similar match tomorrow against Casper Ruud. But I'm going with Rublev. I believe Rublev will defeat Casper Ruud and go to that final and play his first ever semi-final in the Masters. And the other semi-final we have between Tsitsipas, the young, super talented Greek, versus Dan Evans. Dan Evans, who did a great match as Goffin. I'm really liking Dan Evans' game. He plays such a stylish game with slices, with drop shots. He changes the dynamic. In the third set, he was actually losing the baseline battle against David Goffin. And David Goffin was looking as the winner. He was creating so many breakpoint opportunities in the entire match against Dan Evans. And Dan Evans, he noticed that. What did he do? He was chip and charging. He was playing drop shots. He was attacking the net. He was just making David Goffin more confused. And that's what smart players do. When you see that you are losing a battle from a baseline, you need to change things. I wish that Djokovic and Nadal could do this more often when they see that they are losing the baseline battle. And they don't change dynamics, they don't change the rhythm way too much. They trust their baseline game often way too much, and they refuse to change things. And Dan Evans, he changed things in the third set, and he was rewarded with the victory. And now he will face Stefan Tsitsipas, who had an easy way to the semi-final against that Spaniard dude, Fodinovic, who was played the first set, and then he was forced to withdraw with injury, and Stefanos won that first set 7-5, and then Stefanos didn't need to win the second set because Davidovic. I have problems to pronouncing his name right. I'm sorry, guys. Stefanos went through, and now Stefanos will face Dan Evans. The head-to-head between Stefanos and Dan Evans is 2-love to Stefanos Tsitsipas. So obviously, Dan Evans has never defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas before, but that doesn't mean a thing. Head-to-head is a little indicator what can happen, but that doesn't mean that the player who has a bad head-to-head record doesn't have a chance. But I think that Dan Evans has had a great journey, has had a great run. He did a great match against Novak Djokovic. Even though the Djokovic was not good, he was horrible, guys. He did 45 unforced errors against Dan Evans. David Goffin did a much better match in his quarterfinal match against Dan Evans than what Djokovic did against Evans before. So that is the difference, guys. When I talked about Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer, Djokovic, he more or less defeated himself against Dan Evans. He was awful, guys. Don't come up with me and say that Djokovic did a good or solid match. He was awful. Dan Evans is a reason to that. He really dismantled Novak Djokovic's game. Even Djokovic himself admitted that after the match. But Djokovic, he had the horrible level. You know what I said, guys, before? These big three. Not the big three. All the players have 5 levels. Horrible, average, good, great, beast mode. All the players. Even Djokovic and even Federer. Djokovic was horrible against Dan Evans. Nadal against Andrei Rublev. He was not horrible. He was not good. I would say Nadal was average. But he was not horrible, guys. He was not. He just was outplayed. Both the first set and both the first set and the third set. If Rafa was horrible, he would never have taken that second set. He would never have taken the second set. I have said it before, and I will say that again. Rafa Nadal doesn't have that horrible level. He hasn't, at least not in my opinion. He has average level, he has good level, he has great level, and he has beast mode level. Horrible level, in my book, doesn't exist in Rafa Nadal's recipe. At least according to me. So that is there you have the biggest difference. When Djokovic lost to Dan Evans, he was horrible in that match. And when Rafa lost to Andrei Rublev, he was not horrible. He was average. But Andrei Rublev, he did his match of his life, guys. I have never seen him play this kind of tennis. I know that Andrei Rublev is a good player. I had him on my top 8 list when I did my preview. I believe I had him as number 7 place, if I'm not mistaken, Andrei Rublev. But I have never seen him do this kind of a match from the first point to the last point. He never disappeared for 10, 15 minutes in those 4 straight games and Rafa won in the second set. I have never seen him be this consistently good the entire match and play with this kind of firepower, with this kind of less unforced errors, to be able to hit the ball that tremendously hard and despite that keep the unforced errors down. That was impressive to see Andrei Rublev. And that's you have the biggest difference. Rafa Nadal was not horrible against Andrei Rublev. Guys, don't come up with me. Rafa fans, don't come up with me. Don't make me mad. I don't want to be mad, guys. I've seen great tennis matches the entire day. I want you to be honest. Rafa Nadal was average. Yeah, I can give you that. Rafa was average. Rafa was not horrible. Djokovic was horrible against Evans. There you have the difference. And that's why the entire tour have horrible, average, good, great, beast mode level. Rafa Nadal doesn't have horrible. He has just average, good, great, beast mode level. Rafa was average against Andrei Rublev. That I admit that. He was average, but he was not horrible. So, alright, because this video is becoming so long, man, almost 30 minutes long. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot shut up. When I start talking, I cannot shut my mouth. I'm apologizing, guys. But the semifinal tomorrow, I believe that Andrei Rublev defeats Casper Ruud. I believe that he will do that in straight sets. That is my feeling. Maybe it can go to 3 sets, but I think that Andrei Rublev, he needs to defeat Casper Ruud in straight set because he has been playing some really brutal matches the last couple of days against RBA. He played a brutal long match in 3 sets, and now he played against Rafa Nadal a brutal long match as well in 3 sets. So I think that Andrei Rublev, he needs to finish Casper Ruud off in straight sets, and I think he will do that. And then Tsitsipas, I believe that all respect, I really enjoyed Dan Evans. Great tennis in the entire week. He plays such beautiful tennis with such great slides, with such great drop shots, with such beautiful one single-handed backhand, and he's a really great fighter. He never gives up. I'm really happy for his success, but I think that Dan Evans' road ends here against Stefanos Tsitsipas. I just think that Stefanos Tsitsipas, he brings completely different game to the table. He has a good serve. He attacks the net. He has weaknesses, yeah, like backhand and returns, but Stefanos Tsitsipas like playing on clay, and I think he will do the job against Dan Evans and beat Dan Evans in straight sets. So I think the final on Sunday will be between Andrei Rublev and Stefanos Tsitsipas. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace!